back to my channel. I hope you are doing well. I'm Juliana, and in today's video we'll be talking about the fear of growing up and how to overcome these fears in order to live your best possible life, or the life that you feel you are supposed to live. So without wasting much time, let's get right into the video. The fear of growing up usually it's a normal feeling everyone within the ages of 16 to 25 is supposed to feel, but sometimes it can go extreme and it becomes a hindrance to our life, and it begins to bring some setbacks into our life, and also sadness and all those negative emotions that one may feel due to fear. So how overcoming this fear of growing up is essential in order to live a happier life in the future. So these fears come in different forms and intensity depending on the individual's imagination or experiences they go through growing up and observing other people's life, like their parents or elder siblings, or even just neighbors around them, or even in the media, television, social media, and things like that. So how it's important that we identify these fears and tackle them one after the other in order to have the best human experience in general. So examples of some of these fears is the fear of growing up to take responsibility of your own life. People even get scared of the fact that when they reach a certain age, they will have to live alone and start a life on their own. And due to this, people have a lot of setback in the case that they still want to stay at home with their parents or friends or siblings, because they are afraid of being alone, they are afraid of separating themselves in order to live their lives. And sometimes they even know that it's important for them to separate themselves, but due to the fear, or because the fear has consumed them to the extent that they don't feel like they can do it, they don't feel like they can live their lives outside of someone else's life. And another example of this fear is fear of being in a relationship, whether romantically or friendship. People are afraid that when they grow up they cannot be in a relationship due to their imagination, things they perceive about themselves, things they've observed in other people's relationship has formed a picture in their mind, or has formed an idea in their mind that prevents them from entering into a relationship to even begin with, or self-sabotage in any relationship they are trying to build or form. Another example of this fear may come in career selection, or in the work environment. People have fear of not choosing the right career, or even not even knowing what to do in the first place. So for instance, if you have a lot of opportunities at hand, you can decide to venture in any career, you don't know your strengths and weaknesses, or you don't know the particular career path you want to take, it begins to build a fear in you that how are you going to survive in the world as you grow, or what career path should you select in order to maximize your life in the future. And all these things brings a lot of how do I call it? It brings a lot of
2,000 years later.
limitations in one's life, because you are not going to be able to live to your full potential. You are always in a state of denial, or you're always in a state of panic, anxiety, and things like that. So you realize that your life begins to deteriorate, or you begin to have setbacks in your life. You are always indecisive, always um, wishing that you have people around you to make decisions for you, and you always push on responsibilities to other people instead of you taking the mandate or taking the mantle to lead your life, because you are the best person who has the power to lead your life. And if you don't confront these fears or situations in your life, you are not going to be able to live a happier life in the end. So facing all your challenges one after the other, things that you feel like are making you have setbacks or limitations, or things that you feel like you are afraid of becoming in the future, you can address them, whether negative or positive. You address them respectively, in the right direction, in order to live a happier life. So for instance, if you feel like you are afraid of growing up to become maybe your uncle or your father or your mother who used to verbally abuse or physically abuse their partners, what you should do instead of being afraid is to always take into consideration the things you say and how you say them, in order to build yourself outside those people. Like, you have to be able to take responsibility for the words you say, your actions, your inactions, and accept that even though people around you are living in such a manner or such a life, it's not by hook or crook. It's not a steadfast rule that you also end up like that, or it's not a rule that you end up like those people. So you have to take the necessary actions to live a life outside them. So let's say you also have this fear of, maybe there is a pattern of sickness or illness that runs through your family. You can take the necessary steps by going for regular checkups, by doing the necessary exercises, by eating on time, and all those things will reduce the likelihood of you ending up like someone in your family who has, or will reduce your chances of inheriting such like hereditary diseases. So all I'm saying, like in a nutshell, is that we are responsible for our lives, and even though it's natural to have the fear of becoming something that we do not want or we want, it doesn't the fear alone doesn't necessarily end up becoming who we are. If we take in the necessary actions and inactions, and we do the necessary requirements for our lives, we can be able to live the life that we truly want, or the life that we choose to live, because our actions, daily actions, daily practices shapes the future we grow up to become. And if you are constantly in a state of fear and anxiety of what you don't want to become, you don't have time, or you don't have the mental stability to take the actions that will necessitate the change that will be required in your life. So thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, hit the like button, subscribe, share with your friends, and also leave a comment about what you think about the video. And I'll see you in my next video. Bye bye.